Crime Stoppers, for 10 years I've proved that when people hear voices, that there are people caving underneath the house or in the attic, or they're sent audio from different locations through microphone devices and teeth and ears, bionic ears. I have been attacked. You can see that when I left you that message about the grocery store, because I've proven this, and they've called me mental since then. So we have a problem with the whole mental health facilities of the state of California and the United States of America, involved in the largest payoff scheme in history to make people hear voices. Now, the machines that are missing from Buckingham Palace, England, and other palaces are the electronic machines to find a princess. Like if a princess gets missing, like I went missing, they're basically just a machine of the accents. So also if I wanted to walk in a restaurant as one accent, leave as another. They've decided to use that warfare against humanity by causing an illness that would be called mental illness. So I'm very concerned that I, the person proving that electronic warfare was aimed at others, became a victim of it. Can you investigate why would my DNA hand and feet prints be missing from palaces as owner of Winchester Mystery House, missing from Hearst Castle, Buckingham Palace, England, and the White House? How my hand and feet prints can say I was married to President Kennedy, and how not one Secret Service, not one federal agent, not one Central Intelligence Agency personnel walked up, showed me their ID besides Dr. Muhammad, and I don't know if she's military personnel, where she's ever worked. But they've never walked up, shown me their ID, and then handed me a key to move to a location where I can turn the breakers off. Now on Amistoi, I got in battles to turn the breakers off. And when the breakers go off, I don't get electrocuted. And when the breakers go off, they no longer hold the hostages. Because all my accents come back into my mouth, and all the eye color and everything, and they just run around without the eye color and without the accents, unless they gain control of those machines. So they battle over the machines for 10 years. Can you investigate how California mental health have transferred my urine and my blood work that prove I'm royal to different locations, and that what I have proven about Special Forces Officer Mullet coming to my house to close the caves below, getting into my other attic when I lived on Amistoi, proving those little rooms and those people sitting behind the walls, raping raccoons, raping animals, proving it on video that they have attempted murder on me. And Dr. Mahoney knows they put me in there, his mental health facility at Mission Community Hospital for 3 days, when I got a cut hand. How can a cut hand be mental? That was a physical injury. That was an injury of an accident. So, have I been called mental from the first time they entered me to Mission? It was Mission Community Hospital on Roscoe Boulevard. Can you investigate the day they called me mental? And what had I proven on that 7507 Amistoi Avenue data when I lived there? And I entered that hospital as Julie Chihuahua, and that's the name I'm now named. And why would a cut hand with a black wire installed make me mental? Okay, and the torture of my hand and feet prints being missing from the Bewitched show, snapping, wires in the hand, lose me ones, that is complete torture. When the devices are picked up and I'm taken to another location with those devices, which I've asked for 10 years, this wouldn't be happening. They wouldn't be running house to house, attic to attic, catching people, finding dead bodies. Do you understand? This is a life and death situation that has to be taken control of. I've left messages for every president online. This is not a movie. I deserve respect. Okay, I deserve respect because I was married to President Kennedy. I deserve respect. I deserve the highest respect. Now, for 10 years, I've said this. For at least 7 online have I said that I am President Kennedy's wife. For the death of his brain on my lap, for the death of my husband, I demand respect. And I'm giving the ID of 1967 birth, and I'm not born then. I deserve the respect that my eye color switches to blue and my hair bleached blonde, and I'm to you, his mistress. I deserve the respect that I'm a queen and a princess and a missing person, Louise Maurice Clements. I deserve to not be electrocuted. I deserve to have children. I deserve to have a future. And I deserve Winchester Mr. House returned to me, since I'm missing from that house and I am the owner. I deserve respect to not keep it open as a tour for me to live on electrical votes. I approved in the last 10 years that they keep it open for tour till I go back to Buckingham Palace, England. But I also approved for a key tour to be delivered to me, and San Jose police know that I caught them. And I know you've done something to those police. I'm giving this message to the terrorists also, not just Crime Stoppers. You've done something to those police. And I'm also Crime Stoppers, the plumber, Gary, from the last house, 7507 Amestoy. He's either got an identical twin or he works at the Winchester Mister House. Gary, I'll have to look it up again. It's on Google. The plumber that used to visit the 7. And Joe Mordo, the landlord, he just, grows a beard and becomes the king of Denmark? Joe Mordo of Woodland Hills. You arrive with a New York accent, and there was a whole different landlord before you. One of the landlords got kidnapped in the attic. And I know there's different Joe Mordos, and Joe, who's just the landlord, is probably wondering who all the Joes were showing up at his house. Because I never had one issue with Mr. Mordo. But as you can see, there is a Mr. Mordo that can see there is one that looks just like him, that became a king, switching an accent of a good tenant that cared about him. So please interview my last landlord, and he will see that they have terrorized me, and then when all the power goes off, that I also have a New York accent, too, missing person. And this is about knowing people, about changing faces, because he saw me. He is my landlord. He might have seen me blue, green, and brown-eyed. So Crime Stoppers, can you please call Joe Mordo? He's an elderly landlord of Woodland Hills that he knew I lived at 7507 Amestoy Avenue, Van Nuys, California, 91406, and that I was a limo driver when I lived there. I worked at a furniture store, that Andy was my singing manager. Okay, and it's all over these phones going missing. And tell Mr. Mordo now that I'm also the photographer and editor of Book Venice Dreaming, and the cover is a Getty image photographed by another person. Anyways, the high voltage electrocution is severe at the feet. And also, can you ask Mr. Mordo, when I climbed into the attic, because I didn't tell him everything was going on, I just mentioned it online, that they have some sort of a different system up in the attic. Can you ask him what kind of piping he has? Because the symbol on it is something they're aiming at.